a chainsaw race. And it starts with a saw turned off, a cold start. Then you tell them to go, they pull the cord, start the engine, 3 cuts. 1 cut down through the log, 1 cut up, and a 3rd cut down. Have a better chance of these saws starting when we tell them to go. The ladies are about to warm up the saws. This is very loud. Any little ears in the crowd, any sensitive ears, you're going to want to block their ears. All right, they are warmed up. Before we get going here, we're going to get you all involved even more in the show. We're going to have you do the countdown. It's going to be a 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be
It'll be a 3, 2, 1, go.
Good?
all right. It'll be a 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to practice that now nice and loud so they can hear it through their hearing protection. How was that? No? There we go. All right. So let's practice that now, ladies and gentlemen. Ready? 3,
2, 1, go!
Could you hear that? All right. Let's get them started. Who's rooting for Alyssa over here?
Woo!
Who's rooting for Hannah over there? Okay, let's give them a countdown. 3, 2,
1, go!
And Alyssa takes it. All right, good song. That was close. That's all right, Hannah's team. She's got a chance to redeem herself in the next event, and that's right over here at this target. And it is axe throwing. Anywhere you go in the world where axe throwing is a competition or an event at a woodsman's competition or a lumberjack competition, the rules got to be pretty much the same. You've got to be standing 20 feet from the target. The target bullseye is going to be 5 feet above the ground. The bullseye in today's contest is worth 5 points, and then it drops a point each ring you go out from there. So it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The ladies are throwing double bit axes. A double bit axe means that there's 2 blades on the axe end. These are the real deal old style lumberjack axes. You hear a lot about axe throwing bars and axe throwing clubs opening up all over the place. They're a lot of fun. I recommend trying them. It's a fun thing to do. But they're not throwing axes. They're throwing hatchets about 12 feet. This is a real deal, full-blown axe from 20 feet. Each lady's going to get a warm-up throw, and then 3 throws apiece. The high score wins. Oh!
I skipped my practice.
Yeah, you can't skip your practice unless you call it ahead of time. Here is Hannah's. All right, and here is Alyssa's warm-up throw. Whoa. All right, now it counts. Who's rooting for Andrea over here? Who says boo? No, not Andrea. Boo. Boo. This guy right here in the green shirt. That's good. Did that get up in there? Remember, the blade of the axe is curved. That's a 4. All right. Good throw. All right, who's rooting for Hannah over on this side? That's good for 4. Who's rooting for Alyssa over here? That's good for 4. All right. scores across the board. Who's rooting for Andrea? Who wants to see a bullseye? That's a 4. All right, Hannah's second throw. She's got a 4. She came very close. Let's see if she can get a bullseye here. That's a bullseye. All right, who's rooting for Alyssa over there on that side? That's a bullseye. Okay, we're down to the third and final throw for each lady. We go low score to high. Andrea's got 8. Great scores. A bullseye could really help her out here. Let's hear it for her. Did that get in there? Nope, that's a 4. That's still good. That's a 12. That's a good score. Here's Hannah. She has 9. Who's rooting for Hannah? 3 ties it. 4 to go ahead. All right, tough break there, but here's Alyssa. She has 9. So what do you have, Andrea? 12? All right, so Alyssa needs 3 to tie, 4 to go ahead. Who's rooting for Alyssa on this side? Ooh, that's a 3, and that means a tie. So in axe throwing, when you have a tie, it goes to sudden death. All right, let's see who's rooting for Alyssa over here. There's a bullseye. Who's rooting for Andrea to tie it up with a bullseye right here? Oh, no. All right, so let's hear for Alyssa taking the axe throwing. Our next event is going to be right here at these 2 peeled block logs. They've been peeled to their bark because when you skid a log out of the forest, you get a lot of dirt and stone caught up in that bark. And that will ruin the blade of an axe very quickly. This event is called the underhand chop. The axes that the ladies are using today aren't your typical backyard or woodlot axes. These are competition racing axes. They're amongst the sharpest axes in the world. They're also amongst the heaviest. The head weight on these axes is anywhere from 5.5 to 8.5 pounds. That's as heavy as a splitting ball. So, Andrea is using an axe made by Tuatahi. It's a company in New Zealand. Great company, great axe. They've been one of the top axe makers in the world for quite a while. We like their product. But we're very happy to say that in the last couple of years, an American company, Precision Axe out of Death Valley, California, has made the grade and has a high caliber quality axe for racing competitions. And that's what Alyssa's going to be using today. So, they've slabbed the logs so they can balance on them, because if they round it off, it would be too slippery for them to balance, because they're going to stand up there. They're going to start with their best side facing the crowd. They're going to chop halfway through, spin around, and chop the rest of the way through. Who is rooting for Andrea over here? Who's rooting for Alyssa on this side? Cheer them on through the whole event, guys. Your cheering fuels their adrenaline. Well, let's give them a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. This takes a lot of core strength, a lot of accuracy, and a lot of balance. Standing high up on those stands, balanced on the log, swinging that sharp axe, chopping into it right in between their feet. Who's going to be the first one to make the turn? Who's rooting for Alyssa over here? Who's rooting for Andrea over here? And Alyssa's already made the turn. Let's hear it, guys. Cheer them on. This will keep going. There's Andrea making the turn. Watch how high they bring that axe up over the head, pulling it down with all their might. As they finish up, they got to balance all their weight on the right foot. Who's going to be the first one through? Is it going to be Andrea? Or is it going to be Alyssa? Oh, I heard a crack over here. And it's Alyssa. All right, let's hear for Andrea. She's got to keep at it. All right. Good effort by Andrea there. Let's hear for Alyssa for winning that. And a great effort by Andrea. Who out there thinks that these ladies are just a little crazy for swinging an axe that sharp, that close to their feet while they're balancing up there? Well, they're not that crazy. They're wearing protective gear underneath their boots or shoes. And that protective gear is chainmail socks. I'm going to show this to you now. These chainmail socks are made out of the same material that you use in butcher gloves and shark suits. And what that will do for you is if you miss your mark with the axe, and you sink that axe head into your boot or your shoe, you are not going to slice off your toes, you're not going to slice off your foot. It is going to be like you hit your foot with a sledgehammer. It's going to mash it up because all that force, the impact, spreads out over all those chains. But it'll all be together when you get to the doctor and say, here you go, fix this up. All right.
I have all 11 of my toes.
She does have all 11 of her toes, and that's what makes her such a great log roller. Who wants to see some log rolling? Good. Well, back in the old days, lumberjacks would chop down the trees and limb them up, buck them up, and get the logs down to the river. Because the river back then was a highway that was used to get the logs to the sawmill. Well, oftentimes at the twists and turns in the river, you would get a log jam. The most dangerous job a lumberjack had in the old days was undoing a log jam. Because if they fell in while they're out there on those twisting, turning logs, it was almost certain death. Either from drowning or being crushed by the logs or dying from hypothermia.
I watched
in the cold
CNN
water.
10 with my students.
Well,
this lady
that
it went
dangerous
across
job
the
evolved into
Mississippi
the
River
sport
the other
that's
day.
known
We saw her
as
on
log
CNN,
rolling
and she's
or
here
hurling.
doing all this
When you see it on
today.
TV,
Yes.
Typically, you see it on ESPN
They
Outdoors,
announced that she
and
was.
the world champions are held in a spot
Where's
where
mine?
you can have a nice
Cheers.
cement pool or a
That
pond. And the competitor is going to wear steel spikes
Like
called
a-
corks.
That's
Most
regular metal.
competitions out there don't have the luxury of having a cement pool or a pond. They have a vinyl pool like here. So what do? You can't wear steel spikes because if you did, you'd have water all over the place after the first roll. So you wear flat-soled shoes similar to tennis shoes. You'll notice the log that they're using. It's not a wooden log. We have a wooden log, a 600-pound Western red cedar. But a year ago, we got this key log. It's designed, it's invented by a young lady up in Minnesota who's a world champion log roller, and she's developed it to promote it, to bring it into the Olympics. Log rolling is going to be the first timber sports event in the Olympics, and you guys are getting a preview of this right now.
All right.
Possibly some Olympic hopefuls up here.
They just did
This is
that.
awesome. Let's hear it for the ladies.
Woohoo!
This is also the very log that Alyssa over here
Listen.
used to log roll across the Mississippi last week. So.
I saw that
All
on
right.
CNN 10. She's
So
right there.
in the old days, there weren't any rules. You could run over to the other side and push your competitor off if you could. You could punch them, you could slap them, you could kick them, you could pull their hair. Anything went. But you're not allowed to do that anymore. Hannah, got it? What you are allowed to do on your side of the blue line is get that log rocking by pushing down with your feet on either side, moving your weight, getting it rocking up in the air. Or, if you dare, balance on one foot for just a moment and kick water in your competitor's eyes. That's a gamble, though, because if you don't get the water in their eyes, it doesn't blind them, and they immediately reverse the direction of the log, and in you go. So we'll see if anybody tries that. This is going to be the best 2 out of 3. By the way, you guys are in for a treat. Usually we just have 2 log rollers. Today we have 3. So we're going to do an extra log roll series. So it's going to be the best 2 out of 3 between Andrea and Hannah,
That's gonna be good.
and the winner
They
is
just
going to
they
go
just
against
chainsawed.
Alyssa.
You missed us really
You
good.
guys are in for a treat
Good,
because
good, sounds good.
Andrea has
This is
set
good.
every record for unique falls off of a log. So we'll see what happens this time. Who's rooting for Hannah?
Good girl.
Who's rooting for Andrea?
Uh-oh. There you go. Your little
Watch your
flag.
footwork.
Here we go. It's on. Man.
Watch how they use
Uh-oh,
their feet and their
uh-oh.
arms. And that's it. That's Hannah taking the first one. All right, so Hannah's up 1-0, guys. She can win it all right here. Who wants to see Andrea tie it up?
Woo! That hurt.
Wow.
That'll make
I
more.
think that save by Andrea messed up Hannah's balance, and in she went. All right, so it's all tied up. The winner of this is going to the playoffs against Alyssa. Who's rooting for Andrea over here? Who says it's going to be Hannah?
Yay! Yeah, that's Hannah Burnside. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Quick. It's over.
She's the only one that's ever rolled across the like the longest distance. She just got the record last week.
Andrea didn't have her feet set there. So, we're going to do this third roll over.
Which one, Gerald?
Here we go.
I think a little short. She's tough. Uh-oh, there she goes. There you go.
Oh. All right, so that means it's going to be Hannah. Let's hear it for Hannah. Hannah's team. She's going to be going up against Alyssa's team. Let's hear it, Alyssa's team.
Uh-oh, she's fresh, man. Uh-oh. Give her a little kick. Yeah. Give her a little kick there.
Watch it work. They're kicking.
It's on, man.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
they're
Woo! Rock it.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it's Hannah taking the first one. All right.
That was cool.
Okay. So it's Hannah up 1-0.
Yeah, my mom
Who's rooting for Alyssa to tie it up here, guys? Watch their footwork. Notice that they're not looking at their own feet. They're looking at the competitor's feet. Here we go. They're rocking that log.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh!
Take that.
Oh, dear. So, Hannah takes that one. What's the score? 2-0? We're going to do a 3 out of 5 here. Yeah. We're going to do a 3 out of 5. We're not going to end it like that. Siree. So, Hannah's up. She could still win it all right here. She's up 2-0. Who wants to see her win it?
Boo!
Who wants to see Alyssa get back in the game? Oh, wow, what a move. Let's see. Oh, wow, she almost pulled it off. Did you see that? Jumping from one side to the other. All right, that means Alyssa is back in the game. It's 2-1. Who wants to see Alyssa tie this up? Who wants to see Hannah win it?
I have to get myself really hurt.
There's a kick by Hannah. She wants to end this early. There's a kick back by Alyssa. Oh! All right, and that means that Hannah takes it. Let's hear for Hannah.
Look at all the birds.
And let's have one more big hand for Andrea.
Look at all the birds.
Hannah.
Joe,